The images show Pyongyang getting ready for a mass parade and show of military might on a huge scale, as satellite images show frantic preparations to celebrate the founding of the Korean People's Army. South Korea Unification Minister Cho Myoung-gyon said, "There is a high possibility that the North could hold an intimidating military parade by mobilizing sizable numbers of military personnel and almost all of its weapons." Korean Watch's GETTYNorth said, "If the North goes ahead with a military parade on February 8, coinciding with the opening of the PyeongChang Olympics, it will likely warrant much criticism from skeptics of inter-Korean dialogue." .38 GETTYNorth Korea is likely to hold an intimidating parade the day before the Winter Olympics opens. However, for domestic audiences, it would cap off a year of dramatic progress in North Korea's nuclear and ballistic missile programs, as well as more general military developments. Pyongyang is expected to show off new military technology on February 8 as satellite images show preparation for massive parade underway ahead of celebrations, report claims. The parade is expected to throw off progress made in talks between the two Koreas after historic dialogues ahead of the Winter Games. Satellite images show troops practicing for a large-scale parade in the snow in Pyongyang, with shelters for heavy weapons also visible. There is a high possibility that the North could hold an intimidating military parade. Unification Minister Cho Myoung-gyon. If the parade goes ahead as expected, the decision will have come directly from Kim Jong-un. The importance of the preparations is captured by the scale of the groundwork, as dozens of columns of troops and hundreds of vehicles are seen in a special replica of Kim Il-sung Square. The report said, 1 to 3 months before the parade, specially selected teams from KPA units begin to arrive. These are generally infantry-type units, or units that will have personnel marching in the parade. Thursday, January 25, 2018, North Korea's water park in Pyongyang. The units are typically brought in by trucks that are parked at the training facility and housed locally, often at the April 25 hotel. As the practicing continues, Kim Jong-un is expected to review the massive formations from a specially constructed observation platform before approving it to go before the public. Based on previous parades, Korean Workers' Party members are expected to arrive on buses to practice marching alongside military units. A stack of 67 buses and 13 other vehicles have been seen at the site. .38 buses are used to bring in huge numbers of party members for the parade. These preparations usually take months, as the obsessive regime makes sure every detail is ready for the staged event. For the largest parades in the past, huge tent cities have been set up as the housing in the city becomes full. They have previously been set up in a nearby airfield used by the Miram Skydiving Club. The final part of the setup begins when the propelled artillery units arrive. These will likely include the latest missiles developed by North Korea and could give the wider world a key insight into North Korea's arsenal. .38 A tent city is set up to house the massive number of people who are shipped in for the event. Ahead of the event, the valuable missiles are hidden in camouflaged tents near farmland. Mr. Cho said, "The North seems to be preparing for major events massively on the ground as the regime marks the 70th anniversary of its creation, and its leader Kim Jong-un apparently wants to show his absolute power. The public and the international community probably have grave concerns about the North's parade. But I think the government's efforts to make the PyeongChang Games a Peace Olympics and the North's participation in the Games could also mitigate such concerns."